A new development in duty to disclose our lighthouse investigation into Milwaukee County's Brady list. A Milwaukee police officer convicted of a crime 9 years ago has finally been added to the Brady list. It took us asking the DA's office why. The Brady list tracks officers with alleged credibility concerns due to allegations of past crimes, dishonesty, or other integrity issues. That information must be disclosed to defense attorneys like Nate Cade if a Brady list officer is a witness in a criminal case.
It's concerning that this is something that almost a year later we're finding out about.
Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan shares why this situation raises serious questions about Milwaukee Police Department's living up to its duty to disclose this Brady material.
This all started with a tip from a law enforcement source questioning why MPD officer Jacob Bacek isn't on the Brady list, despite his conviction of a misdemeanor nearly a decade ago. After I reached out to the DA's office, they immediately added him. Now they're reviewing dozens of active cases.
We should expect better.
Nate Cade is one of 17 defense attorneys who discovered one of the witnesses in his client's case has a criminal history of his own. What went through your mind when you got this letter?
You start questioning, is it a case that we should have fought for?
This letter from the DA's office informed Cade that Officer Jacob Bacek is now a Brady list officer, nearly a decade after he was convicted of disorderly conduct in Waukesha County. Information Cade says he should have known before his client pleaded guilty to a crime.
Obviously, that's not something that I had. It's not something my client had in order to make a decision. So while they suggest it has no bearing, perhaps they're right, my client, at least at a minimum, should have had that choice.
Court records show Officer Bacek was arguing with his wife in 2015 at their home in Brookfield when he broke through a bathroom door with a rifle after she locked herself inside and smashed her phone after she called 911. These police records show MPD conducted an internal investigation following Bacek's conviction and gave him a 30-day suspension for an integrity violation. After I brought the case to the DA's attention, I received an email saying we confirmed that we were not previously informed about this Waukesha conviction by MPD. Who do you think dropped the ball here?
Milwaukee Police, hands down.
Why is that?
Well, this happened back in 2015, and not only did Milwaukee Police know about it, Internal Affairs investigated it. Internal Affairs officer was a 26-page report. This is something they clearly knew about and should have disclosed.
The DA's office tells me Officer Bacek is a witness in 25 open criminal cases and testified in one of the 17 criminal cases that resulted in a conviction following his own conviction.
This isn't the kind of thing that should get lost. And it also gives me concern that bigger issues might be getting lost as well.
Rachel Moran is a professor at the University of St. Thomas who studies Brady list disclosure policies across the country. She says this is not how the system is supposed to work. What could this mean for those 17 convictions?
Most likely, if there are people who were convicted who want to try and reopen their case based on this missing information, a judge would most likely have to assess whether the outcome of the trial might have changed had they been able to know about the disorderly conduct conviction and potentially use it at trial.
Is there a chance that an innocent person is in jail? Absolutely.
Moran and Cade believe the underlying issue is systemic. Wisconsin lacks state laws requiring law enforcement agencies to establish standards for what is considered Brady material and what they have to disclose to defense attorneys.
You have some communities that might say this is not enough to report. You might have others to say, absolutely, we should report. I have grave concern, because you could have another officer, this could happen, and no one would know.
The Milwaukee Police Department declined my interview request about this matter. I have yet to hear back from Officer Bacek. Reporting in Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.